Okay, problem 796. They tell me that x is a real number. They go on to give me an equation, their solution to this equation over here, and then they ask me what the value of this is over here. So let me just briefly go through what we did paper and pencil. The domain of this thing over here, solution domain was x greater than 0. I go through some work and I come up with an answer to it, and the answer I got is 1. So why don't I just go to Sage, and I'm going to type in the code I see over here, reset. Whoops, sorry about that. And it's a good idea to start with reset when you're starting a new problem. I'm going to define a variable x, and then I'm going to say an equation. And the equation I want to write down is this equation over here, which is x minus the square root of 2 divided by x is equal to the number 3. And notice the equal sign I'm using is a double equal sign for equation. For assignment, it's a single equal sign. So EQ is being assigned that equation. Then what I want to do, let's go back over the code. I want to solve the equation. I'm going to use s as a placeholder, and I'm going to assign to solving the equation for the variable x. All right. Now, if I display s, it looks like this over here. I just want to access s for you and show you what s looks like. And I want to do the first thing, which is the first thing over here, which is one over here. And then I'll do the second solution and then the third solution. Let me just do the first one. Again, Sage Cart's counting at 0, and I want to do the right-hand side. I don't want the x there. And I want a numerical approximation to it. And that's that number over there. Now what do I do? I want to do S1. That's the second element. And I want approximation to that. And then I want S2. I'm sorry, I didn't say S2. I should write that down. And I'm just going to type over this thing and do the 2 now. All right? So that's what the 3 solutions look like. All right? Now what I want to do is I want to evaluate the function that they want, which is this function over here. I'll type this in. So f of x is equal to, let's see, x minus the square root of 2 times x. Let me make sure that's the function, because I'm reading my solution over here. Yeah, this is what they want. They want x minus the square root of 2 times x, the value of that. So let's go through that, and let's do one at a time, right? Whoops. Let me just pull that down so I can see what I'm doing over here. So let's do it f at, and I'm going to do s. Whoops. I'll do the third solution first, and just the right-hand side. I don't want the x in it. Oops, RHS. That's a function call. No, I don't think I want that. I want to maybe put an approximation there and see what happens. I get 1. Let me do f of the second solution, so counting in 0, 1. That gives me 0. All right. And when I say 0, I'm looking at this number over here, that this appears to be 0. All right. Let me just type in s of 1 and see what happened over there. S1 is the number 2. So this function, yeah, it would evaluate to 0 because 2 times 2 is 4, and square root of 4 is 2, and 2 minus 2 is 0. That's true. Value to 0. And let me do s of 1 now. And I'm sorry, I keep saying that. I'm going to do f of s of the first solution, which is S0, right-hand side. And let's see what happens over there. I get this number over here. Now, I realize that for something that looking at it, rather strange, you know, why are you getting those numbers over there? But again, I want to point out we're getting a solution of 1 over here, and I do see that from this solution over here. I want to go through, there's a problem over here. And the problem is, like, I'm wondering if the solutions I've gotten over here are actually solutions to this equation over here. So what I want to type in, this one's the only one that's really making sense to me at this point, because when I did my work, I got a 1 over here. So I want to check these out, right? So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to see if this thing actually evaluates the 3 at those solutions over here. So I'm going to define a new function, g of x. And g of x is going to be equal to x minus let's see, square root, SQRT, and that's going to be 2 over x. Okay? Okay. Now, a lot of times what happens to these problems is you get extraneous solutions to them. So what I want to do, I'm going to type in G, and I want to see if my solutions are extraneous. Now, what does that mean? It's not going to produce 3. All right, let's see what happens. So I'm going to do S of 0, right-hand side, and I'm going to approximate it. It should be approximately 3. What do I get? That's an extraneous solution. It's not the correct one. Let's do the next one. And that's exactly 1. All right. You know what I did? I'm sorry, I did G. Did I do G? Yeah, I did G. Let me do the next one. Exactly 3. So the first 2 solutions are extraneous. They're giving me wrong answers over here. F of 2 is the only one that works. So again, going back over this over here, which one produced the 1 over here? Let's go back over this. And the only one that produced that is this one over here. So this is correct what we've done over here. I know it's confusing, but it's a good idea to think about when you're coding why answers are being returned. Now granted, Sage did solve this equation incorrectly. It gave 2 extraneous solutions to the problem. Now looking at it, a more careful look at it, what I'm noticing over here, these aren't even real numbers. You see these i's in over here. So I probably shouldn't even looked at those 2. Anyway, this one also produces an I in it. So maybe I should really check those things out. It was a good point. I should check them out. And Sage is a good way to check things out. Thank you.